All new at 6 tonight, hundreds of people are being detained for months on end before they've been convicted of a crime as they wait a mental health evaluation.
And now the ACLU of North Carolina is suing one state agency, saying what's happening is unconstitutional and people are suffering. CBS 17's Dina Harley digging deeper into that lawsuit and the families behind it.
Jake was arrested May of 2023, Mother's Day weekend, and has been being held, detained in the Watauga County Detention Center since that time.
Jama Hinson's 38-year-old son, Jake, is one of hundreds of people across North Carolina waiting inside of a county jail for psychiatric treatment.
They don't really understand what the criminal proceeding is. They just know that they need psychiatric help.
It all starts when a person is accused of a crime and then a lawyer, a judge, or even the defendant themselves can request a mental evaluation to see if the person is able to stand trial. In North Carolina, the Department of Health and Human Services is in charge of facilitating those evaluations at one of 3 state facilities they operate. If a defendant is deemed ITP or incapable to proceed, it's then up to DHHS to place them in a treatment center rather than a jail.
What we're seeing is that ITP detainees are waiting on average 68 days just to be assessed, and on average 145 days just to be admitted to the state psychiatric hospitals.
Now, the ACLU of North Carolina and Disability Rights North Carolina are suing DHHS, saying detainees are waiting for months on end for those evaluations. No statute exists in North Carolina mandating a time frame for the evaluations to be done, but Michelle Delgado, one of the attorneys representing the ACLU, points to a landmark decision in the 1972 Jackson court case, saying detainees cannot be held for unreasonably long periods of time in situations like these.
People are in these jails decompensating. So, waiting 30 plus days is egregious and harmful to them.
When asked for an interview, a DHHS representative said they don't comment on pending litigation. But in a 23-page motion to dismiss, the agency says the delays are simply out of their control. In one motion, the agency said rushing the evaluations would have what they call catastrophic effects on ITP detainees and the behavioral health system statewide because of staffing shortages. Delgado, though, says neighboring states like Virginia are facing the same staffing shortages and not facing the same delays.
If our neighboring state, who has a comparable size of a state as us, can be ordered to do it in 7 days, why can't we do that here?
She says perhaps most concerning is that when detainees are waiting for an evaluation, they often aren't given any medication or therapy. Hinson says that was the case for her son, who has a history of mental health struggles and paranoid delusions.
So even without an official diagnosis, there is reason to believe that at the time he was arrested and probably a period after that, he was suffering through some sort of mental break.
Oh, he definitely was and had been for several months.
Jake waited about 3 months for his evaluation. In October of 2023, a judge said he is not mentally able to stand trial and instead ordered him to inpatient treatment. He's still in county jail.
He has been waiting 266 days to be admitted into the Broughton Regional Hospital to receive psychiatric services. There's an unknown that unknown. It's just like one long continuous day for him.
It's that unknown that Delgado and Hinson both say DHHS has to answer to.
The waiting game for someone with any kind of illness, but particularly someone battling a mental illness, it's excruciatingly torturous.
DHHS has filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit, saying the ACLU doesn't have standing to bring it. The ACLU has responded and filed a motion for preliminary injunction, which would bring immediate relief to those detainees. There's no timeline on when a judge could make a ruling on how to move forward. Dina Harley, CBS 17 News.